So the income journey provides you with two additional options. One is payslip, uh, and the other is bank statements.
Perfect. Hey, hi everyone. This is Harshita, your host for the today, and I have with me Utkarsh, who is our product marketing manager who look towards our product on verification, and vice president of product, who would be your host with me on the topic the future of credit underwriting. We're gonna talk about income and employment verification done within seconds in this webinar. So I'll just dive down to the agenda of today. We're going to talk about the market landscape, and then we're going to dive into the introduction of our new product, which is VOIE, verification of income and employment. And then we're going to talk about how this particular product is essential to the digital lending landscape. And then we're going to deep down on the user journey specifically for the employment verification, and then the income verification for the same, and then why you should choose the same product for your niche. And then you can all anyway write down the question and answers on the chat box here, and I can ask these questions to the host Shanta here. So feel free at any point you feel like you want to discuss or you want to ask any question regarding your own niche or the product or any other thing. You can drop down any questions here. So, Prashanta, let's start the webinar with the introduction and the challenges that we see in the lending. Prashanta, are you here? I think there is some difficulty. Prashanta has dropped down. Just give me 1 minute. Prashanta, now you can hear me.
I can hear you guys.
Okay, perfect. I'm gonna share my screen again, and yeah, here you go. Prashanta, can you start with the challenges of the income and employment verification?
I think I lost the
Yeah,
signal.
we can hear you.
Yeah, hi everyone. So we'll start with what are the current problems that are plaguing the credit landscape? So one of the biggest problems that we generally see is the onboarding time. A lot of the underwriting process, it's manual. While our government has created this enormous digital infrastructure, which enables us to uh, do KYC in real time, but a lot of other steps like income and employment, which is one of the most important steps, if not the most important step, which cannot be done say real time right now for various reasons. There's no central exchange as such which provides such a data, and in general, the Indian landscape is fraught with a lot of different uh, forgery attempts and so on. So there's no common exchange that provides such data. And in absence of that, it becomes really difficult for a centralized verification of income and employment. So, what are the current challenges? As I mentioned, a lot of the process currently is very manual, so it takes a lot of time. And as you know, with every day, you lose about 20% of the users just drop off. So as we see these challenges, what are the ways that we can actually solve for is what we have built here using our Tartan's VUI. So can we move to the next slide? Sure. So let's start the video from the start. let's stop for a while here. So what you just saw on the screen was just a demo of how employment can be verified in real time. So what we wanted to come up with was a comprehensive solution which provides all possible avenues for employment verification that a user can possibly have. Uh, in the current demo that we just saw, we saw uh, income verification, employment verification has three possible options here. One is via mobile number, one is via work email, and the third one is via payroll sync. So in work email, a user provides their work email, and we use the domain associated with that work email to check if the company that is being claimed by the user is actually the company that they belong to. In the mobile number option, we fetch that data via uh, via the EPFO portal and check if the user actually works in this particular company or not. And the third option is proprietary to us, and it's the most interesting one of the options. In the third option, what we do is we ask the user to log into their payroll system. So once they select their company, we have a mapping between companies and various payrolls. So the user is redirected to their payroll, and once they reach their payroll, they use their credentials. In the payroll itself, they have an option if they want to share their income and employment data. Once they consent, that income and employment data directly flows to the user. So that's three options for employment. And the third option comes integrated income and employment option. So let's move towards the income side. So the income journey provides you with two additional options. One is payslip, uh, and the other is bank statements. So in addition to payroll, you can use payslips or bank statements to verify your income. So but for any document, there are risks that those documents can be forged. So what we do is we have two levels of forgery checks for you. One is document level forgery check, where we'll check if the document has been changed in some way or the other using the metadata available in the document, using pixel level analysis of the document. We'll see if there has been any forgery done or not. And secondly, we also check the data that is there in the document. So if the document has any PAN associated with it, we'll check if the name associated with that PAN is actually the name which is there in the payslip or not. So with two levels of forgery check, we ensure that the document is not tampered with. In all, you get a comprehensive VOIE solution, which gives you real-time income and employment verification, something that has been a dream for this industry for now. So let's move on to the next slide. We can probably see how this affects the entire ecosystem.
Before that, Prashanta, I think I have some questions for you in the chat box. So there's a person who's asking, in the data security, is income and employment data securely shared with the lender?
Surely. So we one have uh, end-to-end encryption, which actually entails that the data, whatever data is fetched, we don't store that data and we encrypt that data before sending it to our partners. So there is end-to-end encryption. So there is no chance of leaking any data, and no data is stored with us So again, we don't really need to verify that part of it.
Perfect. There's another one. If the phone or email is pre-verified, is the OTP verification required?
The flow is completely configurable. If your phone or email has already been verified, you do not need the step of OTP where phone or email is being verified. Uh, say you can just pass on to us that these data are already verified, and once say the user clicks on the email or the phone number option, we would directly try to fetch the employment related details for them instead of asking the user for an OTP.
Great. Hope that answers to your question. Now let's continue with how VOIE is redefining the digital lending space.
So, so as you can see, we have two flows here. One, the old flow, which at minimum took 2 days to complete, and the new flow, which can be completed in real time. So earlier, a lot of KYC details were taken, verified manually. Then a lot of documents were being asked to be uploaded, like payslips or bank statements. Again, and for verifying that, some manual intervention was also required. So at each step, as you delay the process further and further, you see people dropping off. In the new process that we have come up with, your KYC gets done instantly, and your income and employment data can also be verified income instantly. So in short, your entire 2 to 10 to 20-day journey can be minimized to less than 10 minutes. This has a drastic effect on the drop off of users that you'd see uh, while onboarding.
Absolutely. That's really nice.
Yeah. So let's move to the next part.
Yeah.
Uh, am I audible, Ashita?
Yeah.
Okay, so hi everyone. I will be just giving you a brief walkthrough about what a user journey entails, and I'll be covering all steps, including for employment verification as well as income verification. So beginning with employment verification, as you can see, it's a simple three-step process where any user, when he signs up on any sort of lending platform or application, this sort of an integration is what he would start with. And in the first step, he would get three options: a phone number option, work email, or payroll login. He or she could choose any one of these and just input the relevant details. For example, if it's a phone number, their registered phone number, a work email. So all these details are also validated from other databases. For example, work email, the domain ID and the domain name, everything is validated, and then based on then via an OTP verification process, it's then again validated in order to confirm their employer name and details. So, for example, if you take the flow of work email, so we have any user can input the work email and just validate it with their OTP, and he or she will get the option of their relevant employee detail, which they can then validate and verify that, yeah, this is the current employer. So if you can see in this specific flow, the user gets the option of their employer name, which is Cisco company, and he can then say yes to it and go ahead with that process. Are there any questions so I can move forward?
Not as of now. We can move forward.
Okay. So in terms of income verification flow, it's a similar flow. It's just that in place of any other relevant details, you would get the option of uploading your payslips. And so, for example, in this specific workflow, you have the option of uploading your last 3 months payslips. And for example, you can upload the payslips in PDF format or whatever is asked for. And then after you submit all those three payslips and select the continue option, you would get a comprehensive report, which will have different sort of flagging as well in terms of if the document is forged, or if any other data is incorrect. For example, any employee's UAN or PAN number, does it match it with their name as well? That is an additional added layer that we have in this specific workflow, that not just the payslip is verified, but the details of the payslip are also cross-validated with other databases, government sources, and all that. So because of this added layer, we have this proposition that we would have the best-in-class payroll OCR solution, via which we could verify income and employment within seconds. So as you can also see, the report also entails each and every detail in terms of their CTC, like basic component, HRA, PF deductions, everything is included, and this data has the highest accuracy, if I call that. So because of this, we have this sort of solution which helps you to verify income employment in real time.
So just to add to that, so all the checks that Utkarsh just mentioned, all of them are also configurable. So if you want to check the meta data, if there has been some edit or not, if you want to say add a further check for PAN to be verified, all of these are configurable. If you want, they can be configured. If you want a faster process without those configurations, that's also possible.
Great. I think I have one or two questions for you both, if anyone can answer. How many payroll integrations and employees are covered? Apart
So,
from
so
this,
we,
are 3 pay slips mandatory or is it configurable?
Okay, so let me take both of those questions.
Yeah.
So the first part, so we have 80 plus payroll that are covered currently, and that covers about 80% of the Indian private employee landscape. So 80% of the employees would be covered by these major payrolls. And secondly, uh, the number of payslips that are required, it's totally configurable. The number of, so if you want just the last month's payslip, you can keep the configuration as just 1 month. If you want 6 months, you can keep it 6. So it's completely configurable.
Great. Let's dive down to the next.
Yeah, so similar to what we had seen in the previous workflows, this option entails income and employment verification via payroll login. So any user, obviously, most of the companies right now have an HRMS platform by which they process salaries and everything. So any user could just use this flow if they know their credentials, and it's easy for them. So they can just put in their company name. We have a list of database from government sources. So the company name could be auto fetched as well. And after they put the company name, they could select the payroll that they have with their employer. So for example, if a user chooses the People HR as their HRMS platform, he could just input his user ID and password, basically the credentials that he uses on their HRMS platform, and continue. And in real time, you will, similar to what happened in payslip, you will get results in real time related to their work profile, all the other details, PAN, UN, and also their income details with the proper bifurcation of their different CTC components. So it's pretty much similar to what we had in payslip OCR. It's just that the method of verification is a bit different. Apart, like in that process, we were scanning a document. Here, we just helping you get through it via your HRMS platform. Okay, this is the last option out of the 3 options. Here, we basically use bank statement. The method scans bank statement and fetches relevant details. Now, it has multiple use cases, but in this current webinar, since we are talking about income verification, this solution basically fetches income details since income is something which is credited to one's account every month, and it's had a similar amount. So basically, that is scanned, and the reports are fetched in real time. And apart from that, if there are any other use cases, like for example, if a person has any sort of debt or credit card bills, so uh, basically any lender would fetch comprehensive details regarding to multiple aspects of your bank statement, like UPI spends, credit card bills, or other EMI transactions apart from monthly income. So this has a specific use case in income verification specifically.
Okay. I think I have another question related to bank statement analyzer. What does the extracted report entails?
So the extracted detail from bank statement. So since this is income verification, so it will have all the transactions that are relevant to income. So we extract the possible salary transactions that are there. Apart from that, we also flag all the anomalies that we see in the bank statement. Say if there is a bounce check, or if say there are any cyclical transactions that are possibly seen in this account. So we flag all the different anomalies that could be possible as well, apart from your salary data.
Great. Isn't this a security threat? You'll be able to see my entire bank statement and know what my history is.
So no person will see this data. So this data is being processed by the system. So no individual has access to this data, and all the communication between systems is also happening in an encrypted way. So no individual would have this data, would be able to see this data. It's only uh, the system which will be able to see what all transactions and every other detail, and only the data which has been consented to by the user, that data will be passed on to the partner, which has invited the user for income verification.
Oh, perfect. Great. I think we're on to the next step of why you should choose VOIE.
So let me take that as well. So
Mhm.
why we should take why you should consider VOIE? Tartan's VOIE is because currently, say in Indian landscape, the government infrastructure, the entire digital infrastructure that has been created by our government has enabled seamless integration of KYC. So you can instantly verify someone's identity via Aadhaar, via PAN, and all the other details. But what has been the pain point for all the lenders is verification of income and employment, which is one of the key aspects of any underwriting journey. So, how can we make that part as well as seamless as the KYC integration is what we have tried to solve for. So, you so our journey can be seamlessly integrated within your onboarding journey. So, it's a no-code solution. You just have to configure few details, and the journey is pre-built for you. Uh, it also uh, massively reduces any manual effort that currently goes on to processing and checking if the documents have been forged or not. Because a lot of these data comes directly from the source. Say in case of payrolls, the data flows in directly from the payroll to the lender's system. So there is no chance of forgery as such. And in cases where we take documents like, say, pay slips and bank statements, we have multiple layers of forgery detection, which ensures that any document which has been forged is easily detected. So that is one thing. Also, the current, say, digital lending journeys, they heavily depend on credit risk scores in absence of any other real-time data that is available. So these scores give you a very good idea about the intent to pay, but what is the exact capability of a person to pay? That comes only via income and employment verification, which so far has not been real time as such. So our solution makes that step as well real time. So you have a much larger pool of data to do your risk assessment. And finally, a process which used to take few days to complete, this can now be seamlessly integrating into your journey, reducing drop-off rates while onboarding. So all in all, say real-time VOE has been a pain point for the entire lending industry, and that is something that we are solving for.
Great. I think this have been really great. Is there any other questions that we have for the audience that I can answer or ask to our host? Feel free to drop down any other questions for Prashanta. I think we have one or two. Prashanta, let me like pick it up. Does lender have the does lender have to make any changes to existing workflows?
So the lenders can easily integrate the entire journey within their workflow. So our journey is completely configurable. You can use it via APIs, or you can directly use the UI that we had just shown in one of our slides. So that UI can directly be used as an iframe or an SDK within your application, or you can just use the APIs that you need for the entire flow.
Great. Hope that answers. I have another question. How high can I upload multi-pager payslips?
Yeah, our solution allows you to upload multi-page pay steps as well.
Great. I think we'll give another minute. Someone is typing. Okay, yeah. What all lending use cases are covered for this solution?
So any lending use case which requires income and employment data, all can make use of this solution. And I guess most lending which are personal in nature, loans, they do require say income and employment, even if it's something like a home loan. You'd want to know what sort of income a person has. Even if it's an unsecured loan, you'd want to know what sort of income a person has. So all cases where you need income and employment data, which includes most of the personal loans, you can use our solution.
Great. Can VOIE be used to attract more users?
Definitely. So, since our platform uh, gets seamlessly integrated within your flow, it can be used to reduce drop-off of users, and essentially it helps you to convert a more number of users who enter your funnel, uh, or rather than leave your funnel, a larger number of users will actually convert.
Yeah. Great. I think this is our time. Um, Whosoever is interested in booking a demo call with the Ratten team, please feel free to reach it after the call. We can share some free credits as well. And I think after the call, we'll be sharing an email and we can drop down a link as well here so that you can contact us for the live demonstration or any other questions you have for the product team for your use case specifically. So, Prashanta, thank you so much for giving your time to us. This has been really nice. And obviously, introducing us to a completely new, full fledged product. It's a really insightful session for us and hopefully for the audience as well. So, great. Thank you
Thank you,
so much.
everyone.
Have a nice day, guys. Thank you so much.